This is part 2 out of 5 on restoring this IGT double bonus draw poker machine. I'm Lawton Barnes, you're in the metal shop, let's rock. So let's tackle the most challenging item first, which is going to be replacing the bad coin-in optics. So in another one of my YouTube videos, I had a slant top slot machine which we parted out and rescued every usable part that it had in it, and this is one of them. This is what all of your coin mechanisms look like. You have this metal chassis right here, and then the coin comparator sits on top of it and snaps into place right there. In this case, this is the component that needs to be replaced. This is easy to remove, requires no tools. All you do is just pop these 4 metal posts or prongs on the side of this, just snap right out. I'm going to pull that connector off and set this aside for now. And all we need after that is a Phillips screwdriver, 2 screws in the top of the metal housing. And this will typically lift right out that easily. I was just trying to decide if I want to swap out the whole thing or just the encoder. I think I will try replacing just the encoder. I'm removing the 3 screws from the back of the coin optic encoder, setting them in my magnetic parts tray because I do not want to lose them. And that just came right off. Neat. Okay, so here's our new encoder. Just going to leave that right there. Here was our metal chassis for it. It just sat in just like that. It sat in that position right there. Let's see if we can put the same hex screws back into this optical encoder. Let me show you something on the coin-in optic boards. You see how there is 6 bolt holes on the back of this? If you're setting your machine up for quarters, you want to use the 3 bolt holes that make an upside down V. If you're setting your machine up for nickels, you want to use the other 3 holes so that V is nickels, upside down V is for quarters. That looks good to me, and I will reconnect these edge connectors, and I will say that if I had been a smarter person, I would have tested this before I put it in the machine. It came out of a junk machine. We don't 100% know that this is a good coin optic, but we're about to find out. Make sure I don't get anything pinched back behind it. Get some of these little screws into place. There's the first one. And then we'll replace the same comparator that it had. Okay, 4 snaps, clicks right into place. That's all good to go. So we're going to power up, and the way we're going to test this is we're going to go to the self-test screen, and if it shows 111 in the first screen, we've got a working coin-in optic. And if it doesn't, then I should have tested it before I made the video. And our screen has come up, and going into the first self-test, yes! Look, we got it, 111. That is a good coin detector. So let's go ahead and close this door and see if we have a working machine. Oh, that's very exciting. Fixed it! Yay! Okay. Hey, I got a pair of aces. 3 of a kind. No, I'm not going to double up this time. Boom! That works. That is the first time I have played a hand of poker on this machine. That is pretty impressive. I'm excited about that. When I played it then, I noticed it didn't make any sounds at all. So we're going to test the volume knob next. Let's see if we can get some sound going. The volume knob on these machines is right here. You turn it with your thumb. That one felt like it may have been turned all the way down. One way you can test the sound level is to come into your white self-test button, and let's go through these screens until we get to set sound option music, and then turn the jackpot reset key, and tones and music, and nothing is happening. So this board appears to be damaged. Another issue is that the screen is very dim, our candle isn't installed, and our locks are no bueno. So let's do the locks. That's kind of easy. So this is a tubular cam lock that came off of the slot machine I parted out. And I'm pretty sure I have a key for this somewhere. These are the ones that are numbered 7296. I don't know if all of the casinos use this same key, but it sure comes up a lot. I have bought several of these machines and found that tubular cam lock key number 7296 opens a whole bunch of these things. Yeah, it works. All right. Where's my socket? Okay, changing tubular cam locks is pretty easy. You're going to want one of these 7/8 sockets. Okay, this machine's gotten a little rusty, so I had to put the full handle onto this socket to break it free, but that's all that takes. Yeah, I think that's going to be a throwaway. We will replace that with our 5/8 inch tubular cam lock. Put the little notch pointing upward. Get this nut on the back. The nuts on the back of these locks are very easy to cross thread. So if you feel any resistance, check your work. On the back of these cam locks, there is one of these little doohickeys. I don't know what it's called, but it determines which direction the thing rotates and where it stops. I just realized that the lock that I was using came off of a slant top slot machine, and its little doohickey allows the locking mechanism to rotate 180 degrees, whereas the other locks I had would use this one, which rotates 90 degrees. You can see that the stops on the end of the sides there are closer together on this one than they are on this one. So I'm going to use this one here. Okay, so we've got the doohickey in place. I'm going to put the little locking bolt on. The key is currently in the locked position, so the bolt should point downwards to engage with the lock there. Gonna get this nut on the back of it. I like my little red ratchet wrench from Harbor Freight. That seems good. And our key. Okay, so when the bolt on the back of the lock is pointed that way, then it's unlocked. When it comes down to there, it is locked. This lock is a little sticky. So this stuff is called Houdini because it opens locks. And we will just go with a little shot of that. It also works well on these mechanisms. Just lube these up a little bit. And oh man, that is so much better. Okay. Locked, unlocked. That's a beautiful thing. Also, we have our 2341 key. That's going to be a matching set. I will put a keychain onto that. And there you have it. That is a properly labeled set of keys and a replaced lock. Did I remember to put some of this into here? I don't know if I did, but there we go. Wipe off the excess. Okay, locks are finished. Why don't we tackle that candle? In the next episode, part 3 of this series, we're going to repair the candle, we're going to pull out the monitor, and we're going to troubleshoot the audio problem. Y'all come back, you hear?